Hello everyone, my name is Tanushri Lad. I am Assistant Professor of AIS SMS College of Hotel Management and Catering Technology, Pune. Today I am here to discuss Mitigation and Adaptation Strategies, Renewable Energy Carbon Footprint Reduction, Part 1. In this video, we will be discussing and understanding what is climate change. We will learn about carbon footprint and also learn and explore renewable energy. So shall we begin? In the first part, now let's start and understand what is climate change. Climate change is essentially a long-term alteration of temperature and typical weather patterns in a place. It's mostly caused by human activities like burning fossil fuels, which release gases that trap heat in the atmosphere, leading to changes in the Earth's climate. Climate change is starting to harm nature, water, and people's health. We can't stop it completely, but we can lessen the damage by cutting down on gases that trap heat in the air. But we need to act fast to avoid big problems worldwide. The ever-increasing emissions of greenhouse gases from various sources have led to catastrophic climatic changes, including the well-pronounced global warming. The two major aspects to address in climate change are renewable energy and carbon footprint reduction. So let's begin with understanding what exactly is carbon footprint. So carbon footprint is the total amount of carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases that are excreted throughout the life cycle of any product or service. The causes of carbon footprint are fossil fuels, modern lifestyle, industrial revolution, air travel, and food. Let's begin with understanding the causes. The first cause, which is fossil fuels. Now, carbon emissions and other greenhouse gases are caused by the burning of fossil fuels in the environment. In fact, any activity to fulfill a human need requires energy that emits carbon dioxide. The electricity we use is mostly made from fossil fuels, such as coal, natural gas, and oil. The more electricity we use, there is more fuel consumption for electricity production, leading to further increase in carbon dioxide. Most of the things we use are made in factories by the use of non-renewable resources. These are then sent to far-flung areas from the freight trains that again involve burning of fossil fuels. Coming to modern lifestyle. If we make a car account for each person on this planet, then the result will be more than 7 billion cars, enough to create a catastrophic event for mankind. Emission of carbon dioxide from petrol and diesel is estimated to be about 2.4 kg per liter. Apart from the pollution caused by the vehicles we run, there are many other reasons for the increase of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Our home, equipped with latest power-driven equipment, is another major source of carbon dioxide, which adds up to our total carbon footprint. We live in an era where your image, or rather our image, is evaluated on the basis of electronic equipments that we own. Now, this assumption has increased the business of many equipment manufacturers around the world. But with every electronic item, such as processor of a mobile handset, adds to carbon dioxide in the air, and hence this is cascading and increasing the amount of carbon dioxide which is being emitted into the atmosphere. Coming to industrial revolution. Whatever carbon dioxide was produced in earlier times by humans before the industrial revolution was absorbed by surrounding forests and trees. Jungle, plants, trees absorb carbon dioxide and release oxygen back in the air. With the beginning of the industrial era, fuel began to be used on a large scale, leading to the production of carbon dioxide in large quantities. At the same time, forests, which used to absorb carbon, were harvested in a big way for farming to feed the growing population. Eventually now we have destroyed forests and trees to get wood, minerals, land, and build buildings. Today, the situation is such that there is no sufficient amount of trees to absorb the amount of carbon dioxide produced in the environment. Another cause of carbon footprint, which is food, is how does food contribute to carbon footprint. Now that the food we eat also contributes significantly to our carbon footprint. And how does it do that? Especially it happens when we eat processed food or we eat such foods that are not locally produced. Now coming to air travel. Traveling by air is becoming more affordable with no frill service provided by many airlines. The use of this mode of travel has increased rapidly. Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities are experiencing a large number of airports. But the emission of carbon dioxide from the aircraft is about 90 kg per hour. That's a huge amount. So what can we do to reduce this carbon footprint? Now, reducing carbon footprint involves making conscious choices to minimize the amount of carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases emitted into the atmosphere, which occur as a result of our activities. Now let's discuss some effective ways to reduce carbon footprint. Of course, the first one is using energy more efficiently. Opt for energy efficient appliances. Turn off lights and electronics when not in use. And use programmable thermostats to regulate heating and cooling. Reduce, reuse, recycle. The 3 R's. We need to decrease waste by minimizing consumption, reusing items whenever possible, and recycling materials such as paper, glass, plastic, and metal. Opt for renewable energy. We will discuss about this further in the going forward in our session, but if available, switch to renewable energy sources such as solar, wind, or hydroelectric power for your home or for business. Use public transportation, carpool or bike. Reduce emissions from transportation by using public transportation, carpooling, biking, or walking wherever feasible. Eat a plant-based diet. Now decrease your carbon footprint by consuming fewer animal products and incorporating more plant-based foods into your diet. Support sustainable practices. Purchase products from companies that prioritize sustainability and environmentally friendly practices in their operations and supply chains. Conserve water. Practice water-saving techniques such as fixing leaks, using water-efficient appliances, and reducing water usage in daily activities. Plant trees. It goes without saying that trees absorb carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. So planting trees and supporting reforestation efforts can help offset carbon emissions. Reduce air travel. Air travel contributes significantly to carbon emissions. So consider alternatives such as video conferencing for business meetings or choosing vacation destinations closer to home. Educate others, spreading awareness about the importance of reducing carbon footprint and encouraging others to take action through individual lifestyle changes and advocacy for policy reforms. By implementing these strategies, you can make a meaningful contribution to reducing carbon footprint and mitigating the effects of climate change. Now let's move on to renewable energy. Renewable energy essentially refers to energy derived from naturally replenished sources that are not depleted when used. Unlike fossil fuels, which are finite and contribute to environmental degradation and climate change, renewable energy sources are sustainable and have minimal environmental impact. Common types of renewable energy include solar energy, wind energy, hydroelectric energy, geothermal energy, and biomass energy. So let's look at solar energy. Solar energy, like we all know, is generated by harnessing sunlight using photovoltaic panels or solar thermal systems. PV panels, they convert sunlight directly into electricity, while solar thermal systems use sunlight to heat water or air for space heating or electricity generation. Wind energy. Wind energy is generated by capturing the kinetic energy of the wind using wind turbines. As the wind turns the turbine blades, they spin a generator to produce electricity. Wind energy is abundant and widely available, especially in coastal and open areas. Hydroelectric energy. Hydroelectric energy is generated by capturing the energy of flowing water using dams or turbines. The force of the water flow turns turbines, which generates electricity. Hydroelectric power is one of the oldest and most widely used renewable energy sources. Geothermal energy. Geothermal energy is generated by harnessing heat from the Earth's interior. Geothermal power plants use steam or hot water from underground reservoirs to drive turbines and generate electricity. They are reliable and available 24/7, making it a valuable source of baseload power. Biomass energy. Now, biomass energy is derived from organic materials such as wood, agricultural residues, and organic waste. Biomass can be burnt directly for heat or converted into biogas or fuel for electricity generation, heating, and also for transportation. Now, let us look at the benefits of renewable energy. If we start using renewable energy more and more, there will be reduced global warming, improved public health, jobs and other economic benefits, inexhaustible energy, and stable energy prices. Let's look at reduced global warming. Now, human activity is always overloading the atmosphere with carbon dioxide, right? And other global warming emissions. These gases act like a blanket, trapping heat. The result is a web of significant and harmful impacts, from stronger, more frequent storms to drought, sea level rise, and finally extinction. However, most renewable energy sources produce little to no global warming emissions or other greenhouse emissions, even when including the life cycle emissions of clean energy, that is, the emissions from each stage of a technology's life: manufacturing, installation, operation, decommissioning. The global warming emissions associated with renewable energy are minimal. The comparison becomes clear when you look at the numbers. In India alone, the total carbon dioxide emission for the year 2021 to 22 and 20 has been 1,748 for the year 20 are estimated at 983 million tons and 1,165 million tons respectively. Increasing the supply of renewable energy would allow us to replace carbon-intensive energy sources and significantly reduce global warming emissions. Improved public health. The air and water pollution emitted by coal and natural gas plants is linked with breathing problem, neurological damage, heart attacks, cancer, premature death, and a host of other serious problems. Additionally, both coal mining and natural gas drilling can pollute sources of drinking water, and all thermal power plants, including those powered by coal, gas, and oil, withdraw and consume water for cooling. Clean energy technologies like wind, solar, and hydroelectricity don't produce this pollution. They generate electricity without harming air quality or water resources. Unlike fossil fuels, which can pollute water sources and compete with agriculture and drinking water needs, clean energy systems have minimal impact on water resources. Jobs and other economic benefits. Compared with fossil fuel technologies, which are typically mechanized and capitally intensive, the renewable energy industry is more labor intensive. Solar panels needs humans to install them. Wind farms need technicians for maintenance. This means that on average, more jobs are created for each unit of electricity generated from renewable sources than from fossil fuels. India recorded an estimated 9,88,000 renewable energy jobs in 2022, according to a recent report by the International Renewable Energy Agency. As per the report, hydropower emerged as the top employer with 4,66,000 jobs according to the data. Solar photovoltaic followed closely, engaging 2,82,000 individuals in both on-grid and off-grid systems. Inexhaustible energy. Strong winds, sunny skies, abundant plant matter, heat from the earth, and fast-moving water can each provide a vast and constantly replenish supply of energy. Renewable resources are virtually inexhaustible in duration, but limited in the amount of energy that is available per unit of time. Stable energy prices. Although renewable facilities require upfront investments to build, they can operate at very low cost. For most clean energy technologies, the fuel is free. As a result, renewable energy prices can be very stable over time. In contrast, fossil fuel price can vary dramatically and are prone to substantial price swings. Using more renewable energy can lower the prices of and demand for natural gas and coal by increasing competition and diversifying our energy supplies. And an increased reliance on renewable energy can help protect consumers when fossil fuel prices spike. Now this brings us to the end of this session. Let's do a quick recap of what was discussed in this session. We started off with climate change, which is the long-term alteration of temperature and typical weather patterns in a place, mostly caused by human activities like burning fossil fuels, which release gases that trap heat in the atmosphere, leading to changes in the Earth's climate. We also discussed what is carbon footprint and the reduction and how we can go ahead and reduce it. So we'll do a quick recap of what is carbon footprint. It is basically the total amount of carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases that are excreted throughout the life cycle of any product or service, contributed by the burning of fossil fuels, modern lifestyle, the industrial revolution, air travel, and food consumption patterns. Then we discussed renewable energy, which is basically the energy derived from naturally replenished sources that are not depleted when used, which include solar energy, wind energy, hydroelectric energy, geothermal energy, and biomass energy. We also discussed the benefits of renewable energy, which include reduced global warming, improved public health, jobs, and other economic benefits, along with the fact that the energy source is inexhaustible and it also provides stable energy prices compared to fossil fuels. Thank you very much.